Okay, welcome back to Half Acres Homestead. We're working on the house after the house fire we had back in December. We're slowly working on it. The wasn't that bad fire-wise, but fire department in their process of putting it out soaked all the ceilings and all the insulation, so that all had to come down. So we're having to put it back up. As you can see behind me, this is all new ceiling up here. I'm going to switch you around and give you a little tour of the house here. Okay, this is the master bedroom. I just put the first coat of spackle around the edges to seal all the gaps. I'll come back in and put the tape up over this and then put another layer of spackle on it. Finish doing the spackling with all the little screw holes and all the seams in here. We upgraded the lighting fixtures to be a little more sturdy and also the wiring for ceiling fans so that we can turn the lights on and the fan on separately. So we got this is the kind of a office off of the master bedroom. It's been a closet before. We're going to split it in half and make half of it the closet, since that's plenty big enough for us, and the other half is going to be a pantry, nice big pantry. So we changed out the lighting in here, put in can lights. There was one light right there in the center before that just didn't do it, so we're upgrading that. The kitchen here, we've repaired the lighting that was in here. It was not installed properly. It was a fire trap waiting to happen. Luckily we got to it before it did. So we added some more can lights, split the circuit into 3 different circuits in here so that we can turn them on as needed. And we'll go into the section here that needs all the rebuild, really, from the fire. As you can see, a lot of stuff is burnt out here. We took down a truss that wasn't too bad to give to the truss company to use as a guide to make the new ones for us. So, but as you can see, here's where the fire started here. The fireplace was not installed properly. There was no fire break in here. They just cut a hole through the ceiling and siliconed it up. It didn't have the fire break on the inside or on the roof. So that was really a bad thing there. I had asked about it when we bought the house. The inspector said, no, everything's fine. Everything's done right. And it wasn't. So you can see here the fire traveled up in here. Fire department broke it out there to get to the fire. And the fire just, as fire does, it goes up and then started spreading along the house here. So luckily I heard it. It woke me up, the popping and cracking. Let's see if we can get close enough up here. And you can see all the glue that they used to glue the ceiling onto the rafters in the manufacturing process of making the home. I heard that popping and cracking, and that's what woke me up. So we got lucky. I woke up, realized what was happening, got the 2 of us out of the house, called the fire department, and they were here within like 5 minutes and had the fire out within another 10 minutes. So then everything was wrapped up from there. So we've got to replace all the rafters past this wall, 2 of them past this wall, so 20 in total, 10 on either side. And all the rooms have to have new insulation and new ceiling put up. We've got the insulation here for the other half of the house. Our son's bedroom, luckily he was not here at the time because his bed was right down there, right on and the fireplace is right on the other side of this wall, and the fire was right here. So when the fire department came in, they ripped everything down right through this opening here, and everything was sitting on his bed. So his bed was ruined. So we've got to get him a new bed. He's still living with his brother, his older brother. So as you can see, this is a mess. This floor in here was soaked, so we had to take out the carpet that was in here, and we had to put new carpet down. But as you can see, even in the closets, we've got to take everything out and repair it. I still have a lot of stuff to tear down here, but I'm not worrying about that until we start getting the roof off. So, which is going to be a couple of months still. The truss company is backed up with work, and they can't get us the trusses for about 6 to 8 weeks. So, as you can see, we've already got new insulation in all this half of the house. Nice R30 insulation. What was in there was about R20 blow-in. So we've got more insulation than we had before. And and some other things that we found in here as the floor came up. This floor here, we had a dip over here, and it turns out that this floor was not installed. They didn't clean the floor joist, so when they put it down, it was higher, so that made the wood flooring that they put on top of it dip down over here, so we had a hole. So I've got to fix that, and we found a heater vent, air conditioning vent here, that was covered by the laminate flooring. So that flap right in there was over. They had aluminum tape over it, which had come loose. So all of our heating and cooling for the last year has just been going out underneath the house. That's why the AC just sits there and runs and runs and runs. And we found another one that was in the master bedroom that I've already repaired here, but I have to do it again because it wasn't wide enough. This was the same thing. It was covered with the floor and taped, and so it was just blowing out underneath the house. So we were losing a lot of our AC. And then we had another thing here. I guess there was a closet in this space right here, and they took it out. Previous owners took it out. Well, instead of getting under the house, pulling the wire down that came up in the wall for an outlet here, they just cut a hole, or a hole, or whatever you want to call it here, and put the wiring down in it and left it that way. So, and then went to the wall there. They did put in a box there to hook into where it went up to the light switch, and they put the light switch way up here because the wiring that came for the light used to come to a switch in the wall, probably right next to the door here, probably where the door used to be, right across here. And there was probably a switch in the door, so that cable that was over here, they pulled it and went down over there. And then that was also something that they went down in the drywall until they got into the hole instead of drilling through the top plate and going down. So we fixed that because we ran new wire, so the power wire was coming up, so we were able to put the switch back down here where it belongs in the proper height. And we ran new wire up and over to the light. So that now has a wire for the light and a wire for the fan. So we can turn them off, on and off here. Have them both on at the same time or just one, and be good there. So we can upgrade the house because of this, but it's a lot of work, and there are no contractors in our area that are available right now. They're all 6 months to a year out because they can't get anybody to work for them. So they've still got the jobs that they've always had, and all the new ones coming up, and they can't do them because they don't have the manpower, because the government is paying people to stay home. So we've gotten all the drywall in here, and we had to open up the wall here to repair electrical that was damaged, one in the fire and two by the company that came in and ripped down the ceilings. As they were cutting the ceilings out, they cut through numerous electrical wires, so we had to rerun those. One of them was the microwave power, so I'm going around and upgrading all the outlets because the house is fairly old, so they all need to be replaced anyways. Half of them are painted over because they didn't bother to put a piece of tape over it when they painted. And you can see we've got all new ceiling fans for all the rooms in the house here. And I guess that's we doing our very best to get ourselves back in the house. We're staying on the property so we can take care of the animals and water all the plants and everything. But this is a job, I tell you. I come home from work every day and do a little bit of work right after I eat, and then by the time I go to bed, I'm dead tired. So hope everybody's having better luck than we are here. Hopefully I can get a video out here of the animals shortly, and I'll keep you updated on the progress on the house rebuild. And have a great day. Thanks.